What is up, Transformer fans and geeks? Zagatron here with another figure review. And today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Kingdom Core Class Hot Rod. And Hot Rod here is part of the Kingdom / Legacy line, because this guy's also packaged in Legacy and he's part of a wave with the previous figure that I reviewed, Iguanus. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at Hot Rod in packaging. So there is Hot Rod. This is from the Kingdom line. His name is Hot Rod. He is an Autobot. There's a nice picture of Hot Rod there with the sword of Primus ready for battle. He's from the Transformers Generations. Let's go to the back. There's images of Hot Rod in his robot and his vehicle form, and he does transform in 8 steps. All right, so that is it for Hot Rod in packaging. So let's get Hot Rod out of packaging and let's check him out. So here is Core Class Hot Rod out of packaging, and yeah, this guy looks pretty cool. And I don't know, maybe I have my little bias. This is one of my all-time favorite characters. So let's take a closer look at Hot Rod here. Let's get a little zoom here, a little focus, and let's take a look at that his head sculpt. Let me focus in. There we go. And that's a pretty nice looking head sculpt. Very, very nice. I like the paint on the chest, little Autobot symbol there. Look at all the details here. Obviously, the last couple of Hot Rods, we do have a faux chest. Here's a hood right there. There's a hood right in the back of his legs. So you know that he's got himself a faux chest right there, but not too shabby. Pretty nice. Articulation-wise, his head is on a ball joint. My copy's a bit stiff. We have shoulder rotation. My copies are really tight. But we do have full range of motion in the shoulders. We have ball jointed elbows. No hand articulation. We don't have any waist articulation either. We have ball jointed at the leg. Right here at the waist, we do have these legs are ball jointed. So we do have some rotation there. So he does the high leg kick and the back kick all the way back. We have knee rotation as well. And they could go like that. As far as the feet, these are his feet. There are no types of articulation there because they're already part of the entire leg. So that is it for the articulation. So now let's look at Hot Rod's weapon, and he does come with the sword. I believe this is called the Sword of Primus. Very nicely painted in blue, and you could have him hold his sword, much like Kingdom Rodimus that came with a sword as well. So that is pretty cool. So if you want to store the sword though, you would have to open up his backpack and remove the wing. Oops. And so now we'll attach the wing in this back port right here. And so you have that little notch sticking out, and you could just plug the sword right here in his back. Although that's just, you get that, but if you want weapon storage, that's how it is. From the front, you can't really tell that much. It's just that portion there is dangling, but that is where you store hot rod's weapon. And so for another thing, let's put this guy back how he's supposed to be. And right there. Everything. All right, so now stand Mr. Hot Rod here. Let's bring in Iguanas here, his wave mate. Those two look nice together, but one thing we're going to remove Iguanas's weapon here. Let's stand these two guys together there. They're two guys from the same wave. And you could get Iguanas's weapon and Hot Rod's sword, and this just plugs in like that. So now you have that going on, and now you're missing now Skywarp's weapon to form the ultimate sword, or whatever this is called. And I guess they had it predicted already, because this is Kingdom Hot Rod, and he's already got the whole sword completed there. But this is Kingdom Hot Rod, not Legacy Hot Rod, but they predicted Hot Rod holding the sword there. All right, and one last comparison here. Let's bring in Core Class Prime here, and it's standing there, Hot Rod. See how they look good together, and they look good together. All right, so now let's transform Core Class Hot Rod. All right, to transform Hot Rod here, first we're going to get his arms, and then we're just going to collapse over his head. And he does have a slot right there, a peg. It's gonna go right on his side. And then we're just gonna push it in. Same thing for the other side. And push up, and then just push in. Make sure you get that here, that snap. I'm gonna turn around the back. I'm gonna flip this open. And we're gonna get his legs. And then we're going to get him, we're gonna open him up like that. Like that. This is very familiar to Core Class Megatron. So we're gonna turn around, and we're going to unfold these back pieces. They're on a double hinge. So we do that. Kind of could see where this is going. So then we're gonna fold this wing down, and so now we're going to collapse everything over the wing like that. And so now we need to make sure that this slides in through the side. You see, this needs to go in there, that piece right there. So everything needs to collapse properly. So everything, we're gonna accordion that and see how everything goes like that. Make sure we do it on the other side as well. I'm gonna flip this guy over. Let me see, and boom, everything is nicely done. So we're just going to give this guy tight squeeze back there. We're gonna come to the front, and we're going to squeeze it as well. We're gonna come through the bottom and make sure everything is nicely put. So now we're going to get this front, and we're gonna make sure everything goes in as well. Everything is supposed to go into the little notches. Let me line my camera. There's boom. There's one. There's a middle part. Make sure everything is nicely squeezed. And so, excuse me. So we have the two ports there. There's two tabs right there in the middle. So we're gonna lower this. I'll make sure again that everything plugs in properly. So we're just gonna fold everything down like that. Just gonna push down, and there we go. And the wing just came off. It's no problem because you just plug it in like that, and there we go. And there is Core Class Hot Rod in his very cool, very stylish, futuristic hot rod mode. The one little touch that I do like about this guy is the little engine block is very cool. And there he is. Very nicely done. Let me just plug everything in there. I got a scratch on mine right there on the windshield. It's a bit of a bummer. But so yeah, there he is. Let me get into a little bit of focus there. And he does roll rather nicely. He does roll rather nicely. Very, very cool looking hot rod. Very, very nice. Let's took a look at the details there. And yeah, and if you want some weapon storage, you could get his sword just plugs in right there at the top, like that. It looks ridiculous, but that is weapon storage. If you're like, I wish they would have found something in the bottom, but that's weapon storage. Or you could also do this, you know, just plug it in the front as well. That's another way to store it. I wish they would have just put it in the bottom, but you know, that doesn't leave too much to the imagination. You could also do something, you want to have a little fun here. There. You could have the alt mode right there. He's a squatter. They got a squatting hot rod right there. All right. All right, let's put hot rod's spoiler back on him. All right. Let's do a quick comparison here. He is with his wave mate, Iguanas. Oh, I got him to stand on the first try. That's pretty impressive. And here he is with Core Class Optimus Prime. See how that trio looks together, and they look mighty nice together. All right. So in conclusion, a nice solid hot rod figure. Clearly not the best one, clearly not the best Core Class figure, but yeah, nicely done. He looks good in both modes. And if you're looking to complete the sword, complete the wave, pick this guy up. And pick this guy up at Amazon.com, and this guy's available wherever Transformers are sold. So check out my other videos. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure to comment. Make sure to share, and make sure to subscribe. So this is Zagatron signing out, and this was the Transformers Kingdom Core Class Hot Rod video review, and thank you for watching.